You know, we talk about 365 days a year, and that's what Whitetail Madness is truly all about. And what a way to kick things off than a shed hunt.
You know, is it the end of last season or the beginning of this year? I think it's the beginning of next year. It's time to get out there and see exactly who we're going to be targeting this coming season. Who's made it through a long, hard, rough winter. Sometimes you're scared of what you might find.
That's not how you want to find them. Oh no, look at this. Look here, 175-inch deer probably. And when you find one like this, you really wonder why. Well, that's just part of the life cycle right there. And we'll have to call the conservation agent, let him know that we found it, and make sure we report it. That's first and foremost.
You know, when we're on a shed hunt, we're there to gather information. We're not there just to look for sheds. It's about looking at those travel corridors. It's about looking at bedding areas. It's about looking at old rubs and old scrapes and trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
A lot of what we're talking about is being able to see it is one thing. Being able to be proactive and aggressive and try and hang on it is totally another thing, you know? It's not always gonna be right, but you at least gotta apply it. How many you think he's gonna find on that thing, riding around?
Mom always told me I was the smart one. You know, it's a lot of fun. Get with all your friends. It is that midpoint between deer season and turkey season. There's no football season, no baseball season, but it is shed season. Now, let's get out there and penetrate just a little bit. It's that one exception to the rule.
You know, it's a time of the year that we learn so much, but it really is just the beginning.
You know, collectively, I think we're up to 18 today, and we had previously found 15, so that's 33 total, but we're also up to 6 dead bucks. What is standard operating procedure for a guy to contact the conservation department and then find out how to treat that animal correctly so that he's not doing something illegal?
We don't really have anything specific that people have to do when they come across a shed. They're allowed to keep those without any paperwork. If they come across a dead buck that has died from whatever reason, and those antlers are attached to the skull plate, then they have to obtain a wildlife disposition from a conservation agent.
When you walk up on a carcass like this or a dead deer, what's the first thing either you look for or we should look for when we find one?
I ask first and foremost if the deer's been shot. So roll them over, look for a bullet hole, because I want to know if illegal activity is going on first and foremost. Then I look to see if it's close to a road, maybe it's been hit by a vehicle. I look for that. Then I look for other things, if it's got sloughing of its hooves.
That's a healthy looking hoof, no doubt.
That's an indicator to me that the deer did not have a disease of any kind.
Okay.
Dispel some of the myths. Was the deer shot? Was it disease that it had set in? Maybe EHD? How did that deer expire? All of those are elements that we go through each and every shed season.
That's due north. We're gonna hunt it on the northwest, just casting it back this tree row. All of the movement we saw here late season last year would all come out on that hill right there or walk through that gap, and they walk right down this edge naturally anyway. So if we put the line of oats right here next to the winter peas, it should give them a reason to come down this edge. In addition to that, if you look right here, they're loaded. I mean, absolutely loaded along this edge. Put a stand in that oak right there, which is between two small white oak. I mean, it's literally a murderer's row.
I'm really looking forward to this fall hunting with Knothead here. I'm over here doing all the work. He's riding around the tractor and air conditioning, typically.
Once we get this stand in the air, Dan, we got another spot for you.
Yeah.
Let's pick up the pace. Okay.
I see why you have me come out now, mister.
We got this wrapped. You're headed to Wyoming.
Yep.
I'm headed to Wyoming.
Yes, I can hardly wait.
I can't either. Oh yeah. Packed up and ready to rock. Figure this car out. It all starts right here. Much better. It all starts right here. First trip of the year, out here in beautiful Rapid City. I'm gonna head west over to Hewlett, Wyoming. I'm gonna join Rick and Julie Kruger, and we are gonna get after those big Wyoming whitetails. What a great place and what a great way to start the season.
Break it down.
Out here in Wyoming, the hunt starts tonight. You know, I really got to talk to Rick about the accommodations. We're staying at the golf club at Devil's Tower, the most beautiful place in northeast Wyoming, and we're lucky enough to stay in this. Hunting in style. Hunting in style in the Black Hills of Wyoming. Gotta love it. Can't wait for tonight's hunt. You know, Rick's fun to hunt with, but that's why I hunt with Julie. Bet you always wondered how we did that. Wait for me, Rick!
Or out of breath in the high elevations of Devil's Tower.
Look at you getting fancy on us. That is special, brother. Here we go. It all starts right now. September the 1st, first evening of the year. Out here in Wyoming with Rick. Can't wait to get back in that tree I was in last year. Awesome, awesome feeling. We're here. Sun went by the clouds, thank goodness. It was literally scorching when we first got in. Now the sun's behind the clouds, it's cooled off. We just saw the first buck up the draw. Hopefully they'll get to moving now. What a great feeling to be out here out west hunting these whitetails. It's awesome. You know, I'm sitting in that stand. It was literally like I was reliving last year. I remember that buck from last year, that big white 8, coming over the hump, running in towards us. Man, I'm like, okay, any second this year's buck's gonna come over. He never did materialize. So 6 o'clock comes, 6:15, 6:30, starting to scratch your head, look at your time. Finally, a shooter shows up, just a little too far. Big buck, big fork G2, tall, still in velvet. Not exactly where we need him, but they're moving.
six shooter. End of the first evening, we saw that really big deer over on the other hill, and just a few does came by us. Rick actually said, it's the worst he's ever seen the deer movement right here, but that's deer hunting.
Literally, half the Drury Outdoors team is out here. You know what? We're all within 20 minutes of each other. Let's get together. Let's have lunch. What up? Hi, Rick.
What's up, buddy?
Who do Rick and Dan bring with them but an old friend? Stan the Man Potts. He's in town. I think had it not been for the hunt, we'd still be sitting there sharing old stories, having fun, laughing. Nothing like getting with all your buddies and learning that Dan had missed that morning, Kyle had missed that morning, both on real big Wyoming bucks. And everybody's pumped at this point. Back out to the stands, boys. Let's get after them.
We're switching it up. Built a little brush blind. This is a historic saddle that these deer come through and use every night, virtually all year round. We'll see how this evening pans out, but I'm pretty excited, and I know Rick is.
There's a few shooters out in the field, and we're like, you know what? Any second, there's going to be a giant come over this saddle and come waltzing right in here to 20 yards. We know it. Any second. It's the perfect light, and we look out in the field. What do you think we see? Unbelievable. Are you kidding me? All right, maybe we are a little snake bit. Which one of the two of us is not living right? It's not me, it's gotta be Rick.
Here we are at the killing line. This vehicle comes out of nowhere, all the way across the alfalfa field. It just clears 200 deer off that field before they just drop somebody off that tractor. You know, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Long season, day number 2. Last year when I came to Wyoming with Rick, we started out in this alfalfa field in a ground blind. Had an unbelievable evening. Got to observe all the movement coming down this draw. Myself, Rick, and Julie went up to the top end of the draw, hung the set. Bucks everywhere when we were hanging it. Get back in, the wind's all squirrely, didn't work. This year, Rick pulled it back down the draw a little bit. Much better, more consistent wind. We have high hopes. 87 today, warm day, but we hope to warm it up a little bit more tonight.
Again, 6, 6:30, 6:45, 7, 7:15, moon starts to rise. Finally, here comes a rack. Buck comes straight at the tree. All right, Rick could pick a tree, but I'm telling you, he's really got this one narrowed down. I'm standing there, and something that hasn't happened to me in 20 years happened with a buck at 1 yard from our tree. Boop. My arrow falls off the string, that buck blows out of there, runs about 10 yards, and I'm thinking, man, maybe it's me that's not living right here. We are snake bit. Light starts to dwindle, and finally, the buck we'd spooked steps out. Rick and I get a better look at him. We said, you know what, he's probably a 3-year-old, not a shooter. And then, boom, I look up, shooter. He's going through my gap, nothing to do, stop him, bam, grab the bow, ranging. Time for the shot.
Last second here in Wyoming. Last second, last light. Had that buck right under us. He jiggers. They both step out right here at 35 yards. X-Force, baby, right there. I think I hit him apparently a little far back. I thought I hit him good, but he's about to go down right there. Nice. Thank you, Rick Kruder. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Rick Kruder. How about that, buddy? Beautiful Wyoming early season deer. There's reasons we do it. There's reasons we climb a tree every day. And all summer, I have been dreaming about my return trip to Wyoming out here in the Black Hills with Rick and Julie. Shot was a little bit low, a little bit back. We felt like it was liver. We watched the animal twice from the tree bed. We got out of there and said, you know what? There's only one way to play this, and that's wait till tomorrow morning. And we did that. And short recovery this morning. And proud as I could be, thank you, Rick. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Here we go, baby. First hunt of 2009 for me. even though it seems like we just finished hunting a couple days ago, because we literally hunt from September the 15th or September the 1st for Mark all the way through January the 31st. You know, by the end of the season, you're pretty well worn down. And when you get up at my age, you're really wore down. And you can't wait for the season to end, kinda. But the moment that it ends, you can't wait for it to start again.
Well, go figure. Expectations were extremely high. You couldn't wait to hop in a tree on September the 15th, but it was a little bit uneventful. So now you press onward, and day after day will begin to slip by, and it will feel like Groundhog Day.
Well, it's day 2, and already it feels like day 202.
Seems like every year we go through this ritual where we talk about what day it is. You know, it's almost like Groundhog Day. It never ends, which is a good thing. You know, if you enjoy hunting as much as we do, you gotta be out there to kill them.
Day 2, and already we see a pretty doggone good buck. Here's a deer in velvet, and I've never harvested a deer in velvet, but he's not exactly what I'm looking for. You know, it would be awfully tempting. I'm kind of glad he didn't get within bow range. The food pressure is intense. September's a good time to watch bucks on a green food source because they're all wanting to do a little bit of showboating.
We've got some maximum and some green patch plus right over here, butted up against the corn and the bean. We kind of notched out a little spot. I'm after one particular deer, but the other evening, opening day, we hunted here. It didn't seem, just so happened that 30 minutes after dark he was there, which was about the time that we climbed down and walked out. But he came out in front of the camera, posed, and he looked as if he watched us walk away. So maybe tonight he'll come out a little bit earlier. It's about 150-inch 10-point. High pressure, baby. This is what fall is all about. This is one of those perfect, beautiful, really high pressure evenings. I'm done talking. I'm gonna sit down, see if some deer show up. Check this out. That's always a good sign when you climb up and you hang a sap and you get up there and there's an old nail in there. Tells you that somebody sat there before. That's pretty cool. Decision. That's Dippy. Just came out at the back end of the field. Now whether he makes it up here, that's another story, but we'll see. There's still a lot of time left to go. I'm just hoping that they come forward instead of cutting across the field.
Well, you know your expectations are always high early season. You're anxious to see big deer. You've got pictures of them all summer long. You can't wait to jump in a stand. And as luck would have it, we got to see a buck I called Tippy. Had all these photos of him, but he just wasn't where he needed to be. He was all the way at the other end of the field, didn't get within bow range, but we did have a beautiful encounter with a nice 3-year-old that did get within bow range. Give him another year, he's gonna be a pretty good buck.
Exactly a year ago today. And we killed a 170, September the 24th, exactly a year ago today. Tonight we can only be so lucky as to kill 170 or 160, maybe even 155. If he comes out on September the 24th, we'd be pretty tickled. And we're still sitting over the top of some nice green beans. They're starting to turn yellow just a little bit. For the most part, there's still enough green in them that there should be
Well, we sat there as the evening transpired with a pretty bewildered look on our faces, trying to figure out why the field cleared. And you never know, was it a bobcat, a coyote, was it a little bit of downdraft or some wind, maybe some thermals. But all I know is that time of the year, they're somewhat docile still. You know, they went through that summer feeding pattern, and it takes an awful lot to spook them. So be patient. There's a lot of times where they'll filter back onto the field before dark.
There you go.
There you go.
Good shot.
Taylor's gonna kill a deer tonight. There's no doubt in my mind. We've got a weather front that just moved in. You can see the cloud cover is absolutely beautiful. The cloud's been rolling by all day. Tomorrow's Willa's birthday, the 27th. So I think it would be very appropriate if maybe Taylor killed a deer, Matt killed a deer, I killed a deer, and we could all call Willa and say happy birthday. I'm sure she'd be really tickled.
Oh, yeah.
Interested in each other tonight. They might be.
He was saying we should have
snort weed.
Yeah.
which I don't have any
Yeah.
of that stuff.
You can do it with your mouth.
Yeah.
No. Oh God, Matt.
I know Matt calls. He's a new driver.
Hit the pylon.
Mark and Taylor are heading in one direction, and Aaron and I are heading in another. I've got a really, really good deer that I'm after at Triple Fields. I've had some pictures. I had a camera set up there. I've had the Reconics there for a couple of years now. And this particular deer has literally almost consumed me.
Here's the deal. We let the door down, and the door actually latched itself underneath, so we're locked in here, which may sound stupid, and it is. So now, I'm gonna have to jump out one of the windows. Thank goodness that it's only 6-8 foot off the ground. I gotta jump out, go around, unlock the door so we can get out of here in the dark later. I got a feeling I could get hurt severely.
That's why I have the camera rolling.
Help my foot out. Wait a minute. Okay. I gotta do something different.
Now, if you come out this way, you can grab that tree branch. Oh, this one.
That's a good idea. Oh, there's a step here. Good. Here. I'm too old to be jumping out of box blinds. Let's go ahead and break your neck, your legs, your back, something. I got her now. Oh yeah.
Well, it's beautiful weather today, and it would be my first hunt of the year, so I'm pretty excited. Got the PSE Chaos in hand, and we're at Terry's farm, and Terry and Matt are hunting tonight also, so hopefully we all three have luck. That would make it pretty cool. Okay, well, there's a really nice shooter and a doe out in the field, so we're hoping that the shooter will come
I can't say that it was quite as eventful for us. Matt didn't harvest anything, nor did I. All we did was a few acrobatic tricks jumping in and out of a box blind. I can say this much, that we always enjoy having Mark and Taylor in camp. It's a lot of fun. You know, it stays pretty lighthearted. Everybody's very energetic. I can't wait to have them back. Well, you know, thus far, we've been pretty lucky. We're seeing some 2.5s and 3.5s and some 4.5-year-old deer. We're just not seeing the 5, 6, 7-year-old animals like we'd like to see, so we're gonna change up the mission just a little bit.
We're on a doe mission. This is an important mission. It's an important mission to balance the herd. Checked the cameras today, and I had 2 shooters. Both of them were pitch black, so I didn't see any daylight movement. And we have had the optimum weather conditions. It's been absolutely perfect. The temperature's been good, the moon's rising, all that stuff that we always talk about. Well, my big shooters didn't move. We said, all right, let's scratch that idea for a night and let's go harvest a doe or 2. And that's what our plan is tonight. No matter how quiet you try to be, a chain just can't be quiet.
Sitting here a long, long time. Almost 2.5 or 3 hours. For me, that's a long time. But she did just exactly what we thought she would. We had a perfect wind. Got in here early. Perfect cover. She was clueless. Didn't have a clue. Worked out pretty good. That's the way it's supposed to happen. There's a deer for share the harvest. You know, a lot of the states have different programs that you can donate deer to. And share the harvest here in Missouri is one that's a really, really good cause. When the weather conditions are right and you got a rising moon in the evenings that coincides with their normal feeding pattern or their normal feeding times, you just can't go wrong. It worked out really well this evening. That deer didn't run maybe 50, 60 yards tops. She literally had expired within 4 or 5 seconds. It was a lethal hit with a rage, a PSE, and I'm just as happy as can be. We got her already loaded up, got her tagged, and I'm gonna head to the cooler, get her in there, and might have some back straps yet tonight.
I thought you said you were bringing a tractor. I got one of these in my basement. It's got pedals on it. Man. You can't be choosing. That's right. You don't pay much.
Well, as you can tell, some of the food plot did good, some of it not so good. I'll tell you what, this is the 3rd time. The 3rd time we're hoping is the charm. The 3rd time we planted this food plot.
We planted it with beans, and the deer annihilated the beans.
2nd time we came in here with some maximum, got 4 inches of rain the next day, flooded everything out. It's a big low bottom.
3rd time, September 30th, day before the season. Not the best or recommended time to plant biologic.
We are going to put in full draw because it's going to come on strong late. This is an ideal gun hunting place. We're going to set up here in some blinds,
in which we'll put the muzzleloader in hand, Thompson Center Omega or the Endeavor.
Still got a little bit of maximum in here, but the maximum and full draw combined.
Deadly combination. This was my partner's idea. Can't say I agreed to it, but I'm gonna go along with it because if we kill a deer, he looks like a genius, and I want to be part of that.
Well, I can tell you one place we will not be hunting tomorrow morning. Usually we walk this creek to go to the stand. That's not gonna happen. Sucks. Take a look at this. Well, that might look great for duck hunting. For deer hunting, not exactly. You know, here it is. It's October 23rd. Just a great night. It's 50 degrees. Should be in the tree stand, but you probably can see why. The road going into our lease, and not only the road, but the entire lease is flooded. We're hunting the big bottoms this year. Unfortunately, last night we got 3.5 inches of rain, and it was just 10 days ago we got over 4 inches of rain. So as you can imagine, anywhere low like this spot, I mean, it is just underwater. We can't even get back there to hunt, let alone once you get in there, we'd never be able to get a deer out. So tomorrow morning, we have no choice. We're gonna have to go hunt our other farm, and that's a shame because the cameras, the reconics out here have really been picking up a lot of great deer, but God bless, just quit raining. I mean, it looks like it's April instead of October. It rains, and it rains some more, and I mean, the entire place is just underwater. Not exactly what we're looking for late October.
The only season Terry and I look more forward to than deer season is baseball season. We've been so blessed over the years to meet some of the guys that actually get to go out there and do what we enjoy to watch so much, play the game of baseball. Kyle McClellan is one of those guys, and we've got to know Kyle, and it was a goal of ours to get Kyle his first buck. We took him to Hadley last year, no luck. So going into the off season this year, we were texting back and forth, and we said, you know what? We're gonna get this mission accomplished. We're gonna try and get Kyle his first buck with a bow.
All right, bags are packed and off we go to Hadley Creek.
Hi, I'm Kyle McClellan, relief pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. Just finished my second season in Major League Baseball. I'm going into my third. And the one thing that Major League Baseball has really helped with my hunting career is I get a lot of time in the off season to go out and hunt. I've been doing it for about 6 or 7 years now, and 2 years ago just got into deer hunting and bow hunting. During the season last year, I met Mark Drury, and he was nice enough to invite me to do some hunting with him. So everybody knows how huge of a Cardinals fan he is, and I'm a huge fan of his, so it worked out great for both of us.
We're really excited to get up there. I hunted there last year, about 4.5 days, and had a ton of great encounters, just never came through. We had all kinds of stuff go wrong, and it was a frustrating hunt, but it was the first time I had actually seen deer in the tree stand, so it was awesome for me. I got to learn a lot. They had a ton of deer up there. It's really helped me in my bow hunting since. I ended up taking a doe later on my own, and I'm still in pursuit of my first buck, so I'm real excited to get back up there. They got huge deer up here, so stay tuned. It should be good. Heading out this afternoon. It's a little warm. Truck says 67. There's a front coming in tomorrow, so Mark said there's a big 8-point with a broke G2. He said it's a tank. You'll know when you see him, so we'll go out after him. We got a food plot, we got some corn, so it should be a good afternoon. Had some good encounters up here so far. We haven't really seen the shooter buck yet that we're waiting for. I'm holding on to it, and hopefully before too long, before the hunt's over, we'll get the opportunity.
We'd had really good luck on one particular piece last year with Stacy. This year I put some cameras up there, and I actually put them at the same tree where I had harvested my Hadley buck last year, and I called it the killing tree. Get those pictures back, and I mean, it's buck after buck, deer after deer, as you become accustomed to over there in Pike County, Illinois. And there were a few bucks that really caught our attention. This ought to be an awesome hunt for Kyle. We're gonna hope for the right wind and then get him into that killing tree. Keep our fingers crossed.
hit and hit in the middle. It's better to hit low. You can find them low. That's the first time I've ever shot at a buck. I'm shaking. They call it buck fever. This is the buck shakes. We gotta look back at that shot. Quit filming. Let's look back at it.
We looked at it on film. We think it's a good shot, so we're gonna go see if we can go snag him up.
All right, well, this was the plan. Let's sneak over there. I want to be just as quiet going into the look here as you guys were when you left. From the video, it looks like it was a dead ringer, but it's a little hard to tell the angle. Let's go check it out and see what we can find. Looks like it's a good hit to me. He's went about 100 yards or so, bedded twice. He's probably dead down in the hollow, but we better back off, come back in the morning and be safe.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight because of that.
Little did we know the real work had just begun. They started to track very little blood, even though the hits seemed to be really good. And we said, you know what, we got a friend that's real close in the neighborhood. Let's call Tracker John, call Jesse. We don't want to take any chances. If there's any blood at all, Jesse's gonna run right to that deer. Well, 500 yards later, liver hit deer, Jesse finds Kyle's buck, and the mission was complete.
That's unbelievable. He picked that sucker right up. We lost a scent this morning up there in that turnip field, and we didn't know what to do. We called in Tracker John, and he brought in Jesse. Look at her out there. She's so proud of it. Man, being my first buck, this is one I'm always going to remember. Big thanks to Tracker John and Jesse and Hadley Creek Outfitters for having us up here and getting to take this big boy, and Mark Drury and Drury Outdoors getting this all lined up, and Tim, cameraman, did a great job, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it, and I'm glad to get this boy home.
Mission accomplished. There's Kyle's first buck with a bow, and it's a monster. 5.5-year-old buck. We had pictures of that deer last year, pictures of him this year. What a giant Pike County buck to put on the wall for your first buck. Congratulations, Kyle. Now, how about another World Series? We'd really appreciate that. Good luck this season. October was amazing. The movement we saw, the pictures we got on our cameras. But each year it seems like we redefine what a dream season means. This year, one of the most special moments that I had was when Mom and Dad, Ralph and Lucille, came up, shared deer camp with us. They came up to visit, and one night I was short a cameraman, and Dad said, you know what? It's high time I went deer hunting with you. Dad's never ran a camera in his life, so I gave him a crash course on how to function the camera. Tonight was gonna be the night. It was time to start. All right, we're gonna shake things up a little bit tonight. This is my father, Ralph, and Taylor has decided to do homework. She doesn't want to hunt this evening, so Dad said, well, I'll go. So he's gonna run the camera, and I'm gonna try and film, and any doe that comes out could be in trouble, because he and I have never deer hunted together a day in our lives.
I am soon going to be 79 years old, so it's about time I get to go for I'm 80.
Last thoughts?
We're going to go out and see what's out there.
Hope you see some deer. Good luck, Ralph.
Thank you.
Taking the buggy all the way in, get Dad in place. Our goal is simply a doe, and I've got just the spot in mind. As he said in his interview, he's 78. And to date, I've never spent an evening in the deer woods with my dad. Terry and I took him turkey hunting one time, and then we took him deer hunting. And Terry took Dad, and I took Mom, but this is the first time I've ever hunted with my dad, so it's gonna be a special evening.
We're at the south end of a big bean field where I had a lot of pictures all summer. I took out the entire south end, divided it half and half. Half maximum to the east, half trophy oats to the west, and the browse pressure is intense. We're gonna see if Dad can hold still long enough for me to get a shot on one. Could be fun.
All we're doing is sitting there waiting. When that big one shows up, he's gonna let him have it.
We're sitting there just enjoying the evening, and wasn't long, the doe started to move, and I was like, I hope he's getting this. He's doing his job. The footage is great. Now I've got to do my job. Swing and a miss. Shoot over the doe. Cam hit the top of the blind. I look at Dad. I said, can you get back on her? He gets back on the doe.
I got her good.
Bingo, bingo, keep on.
Second time was a charm.
How about that, Dad? The First shot, my can hit the top of the blind. Boom, it sounded like an explosion went off. Second shot, I nailed her with that one. Did you get it good? I got the arrow going in. Oh, good. I got a new camera right here, buddy.
I don't know about this guy and he's shooting. He hits the blind before he gets a shot at the deer. I didn't know if that was Terry hunting or Mark.
That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Papa, that's an even better sign.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Big, mature Iowa doe. Down, raged through the cage, but the most important thing was sitting there sharing it with Dad.
Wonderful time out there. Enjoyed every single moment of it. Cherished it, frankly.
Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
Something I was really looking forward to, and that is having a special guest in camp. Got a gentleman by the name of DJ Shilley, a real close family friend. And here's a gentleman that was gracious enough to purchase a hunt that I had donated at an auction or a benefit. We lost a close friend, an employee a year ago, and his name was Kevin Barr. Kevin was a guy that had been working for us for 10 years, lost him to a battle that he had with cancer. We felt compelled to raise some funds there in our community, and DJ was willing to help out. Here's a part of our season that we were really looking forward to and will stay with us for a lifetime. Good friend and cameraman Aaron Bennett is entertaining DJ.
It's getting close to the end of October, and that is the best time to be on Terry's farm.
DJ is going to be with Aaron Bennett. Matt Drury is going to go with our hot little camera person, and I got stuck with Chris Comstock. Yeah.
Well, DJ came in for the archery season, and as luck would have it, the deer were on their feet and moving.
We got deer all around us. There's been just a steady stream coming out, pretty much from every direction. We got one, I guess he's a year and a half old buck, grunting, chasing does around, and there's does everywhere, so hopefully we'll get something big to come out before dark.
We're seeing a ton of does, year and a half. 2-year-olds.
It's a nice little 2-year-old. We need something bigger to do the same thing.
3-year-olds.
Good encounter. That was a nice deer. He's still perfect, but not quite where I wanted that.
And even a couple 4-year-olds. We see bumps. We see the long G1 buck. And we see big spindly.
Well, DJ had an encounter with Big Spindly. There is definitely a bona fide shooter. He just wasn't quite close enough, gave him the quartering away shot, but the deer wandered off.
Well, we had all kinds of encounters, but we could not close the deal.
Hopefully, DJ will be able to come back for firearm season.
Well, it's been 3 years since Rick Malik and Greg Day, fellow Drury team members, have come out to hunt with us.
We had such a great time and established such a great friendship that we decided to have them out again. Well, it took a couple years for them to draw tags, but when they did, the plans were set.
We've got 4 bucks to kill in Iowa. We're going to see if we can't start things off with a bang.
We're really early today because we've got a pretty long walk in. We've got to go up this big steep bluff, so I'm not going to dress too warm, get dressed at the tree pretty much, but gonna throw on the clothes, get walking day 1 in Iowa. I am pumped.
We sneak in this bottom, climb the bluff, we jump right in the tree. We've seen lots of big bucks out of this tree stand. Rick hunted it with me last time they were here, and he just couldn't wait to get back in this tree stand.
Welcome to Iowa. I can't tell you how good it feels to say that. It's been 3 long years since we've been here. We're back out here. I'm in the tree with great friend Dave Kramer. Got this awesome big old something good's gonna happen in Iowa. That's a little buck coming right up that ridge. Here comes a bigger buck. Here comes a bigger buck right off the ridge, right there. Oh, we did it. Thank you. Thank you, man. First morning in Iowa. We weren't here just a half hour after daylight, not even. I had just rattled. Just a while later, a 4-pointer come over the ridge, limping, and he was coming downhill. And I mean, he was just burning a hole in us. And here comes this giant over the hill, grunting, comes right down. Oh, I thought for sure they were gonna wind us. And I just buried it. We're done. Awesome. Gonna go right up there where I hit him, and hopefully he's laying right over that ridge, so.
Right there, man. Boy, the belly. Right there. Right there.
Yes! Here he is, my first morning Iowa buck. How often you get to say that one? And I gotta tell you, we rolled out here from Pennsylvania last night. Temperatures were soaring up into the 60s today, not what you want on November 6th, but south-southeast winds, and we looked at the map and old Dave had a set. We thought we'd push it. We climbed a big steep bluff this morning, got up in here right into the stand. Wasn't long after daylight and this guy came over the ridge, right down in. I mean, 32, 34 yards. The old X-Force did his job. And Dave Kramer, Bill Gadeen, thanks so much for inviting us out here to Iowa. Day one, and I've already had a hunt of a lifetime. Thanks.
Oh, dude, that's a classic. That's the first time ever I've sat in a tree stand
and had 10 sheep, goats, whatever they are, come by. They're obviously out. I mean, we're not hunting a fence or nothing. But there's a bunch of there's a bunch of goats coming through the timber. And a deer just blew at him too. Great. Good day, good times. There's a black sheep too. That's us. That's us. That is us. Representative. I think that first goat's a shooter. Sometimes I feel like that in the morning too. Just gotta stretch out, scratch your head a little bit. Dude, coyotes coming. Right in those turkeys. Boom, baby. Boom goes the dynamite, as I like to say. Second coyote of the year, hopefully right there. I feel pretty good about it. I could tell when he was running away that I hit that front shoulder. He was quartering too. I really didn't have a choice. I wanted to go for the punch though. So, Kyle buck right here, coming up there.
Mip, mip, mip.
Whoa. Dang it.
Well, what a morning. A lot of different animals up here. Problem is, the arrow I placed well is not exactly the animal that I wanted to take. We had 3 coyotes come in. We are all over coyotes this year. And then I ain't kidding you, 2 minutes later, about 135-inch, 8-point comes in and gets to about 35 yards, and I send the airmail right over his back. I tell you what, lack of focus, man. We don't get around big deer much, and it seems like when I do, I get all freaked out and frizzled and frazzled, and my heart starts beating, but that's why I love it. My partner's gonna have to forgive me again. Hopefully we find this coyote, because I believe I hit him well, and I know we're not gonna find that deer. We hopefully catch up with him later in the year.
Another fine dog. Predator Madness, Buck Sadness. Second predator on the year. We can call him in, kill him, but what I'm really shooting for is a good buck when I had a chance and I blew that. I don't know. Maybe next time.
No, first spot we're gonna go when we get to Kansas is my twin ladder stands, where I've had success in the last couple of years, and I tell you what, there's only one buck I'm chasing. If he doesn't come in, the rest of them got a free pass.
We left this spot alone. This is a better night stand in the morning. This is the first night we've ever hunted it. The food plots are dismounted. We're gonna sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy the night. Got northeast wind. It should be good.
Now we're sitting there calling at this buck out of the stand, and I look up and here comes this bobcat you know, he come walking right to us right into the tree and looked up, and he's like, something isn't right up there. He turned around and walked away, but you know, it was kind of neat to see it, and I let him walk off, and it was kind of neat just to get a little clip of him on video. You know, tonight we're gonna go to a new pond stand. It's a ladder stand I got hung up over right close to a pond. It's in a big transitional area where they're coming in, and we're gonna do a lot of calling from this stand. I bet we'll see a lot of bucks tonight. You know, this 8-pointer come off the hill to the south, come down towards the pond, drank and messed around a little bit, but the footage was so pretty because he turned and walked through the pond to come closer to us, but he was walking through the water, and you know, there was a reflection off the pond of him walking through it. It was kind of neat. It was, you know, it was about a half hour before dark, so the sun was coming down, and you know, all in all, it was a pretty good and eventful night. I'm going home without a buck right now, but you know, I could take that. I got broad shoulders, and we're gonna come back and get after this guy. You know, I never seen him, but I got trail camera pictures of him, so hopefully he'll start coming in daylight and we'll come back and get after it.
Well, here it is. It's hard to believe it's the 11th of November already. Rick and Greg have been out since the 5th, and we're running out of time. Wouldn't you know it, weather warms up, southeast winds predicted all week. Well, we hunted hard, had a lot of encounters, just nothing worth shooting. And this could be the last hunt for me this week. So we've got southeast winds once again today, temperatures in the 50s. We're gonna roll the dice and we're gonna dive down into one of my favorite sets down in a big hardwood ridge. Lots of big buck sign. Going to my favorite tree stand of all. I've had multiple encounters with giants over the years in this stand. It's kind of a crapshoot. The wind's not perfect. We're gonna roll the dice. We're gonna take our time, sneak in, dive right down in the middle of this timber.
It took us the better part of an hour to sneak into this tree stand. The wind is, like I said, it's hippie, but I think we can make it work. We're just gonna sit tight. We've got about 3 hours till dark. We're gonna hope that we can catch one of these big boys away from a doe, come cruising through here. Just an awesome setup. Down that hill. Such a tough week this week. That buck is a buck I was trying to shoot during the late muzzleloader last year. He was a 5.5 then. He's 6.5. He is a monster. That is the biggest 8-pointer I've ever shot. Yeah, baby. Thanks, man. Yeah. Finally.
It looked like a good hit. He was slightly quartered to me just a little bit. Just enough to make us worry a little bit about the shot. So we decided to wait till the next day to go track this buck. When we wait till the next day, we get together with Bill and Greg. They're gonna come out and help me recover this buck. Well, what we thought would be a short track job turned into a long one.
We got a bed here. He's gone about 150 yards. Looks like he's working down in here. Hopefully he's not too much further. He's lost a lot of blood. Can't believe he's still on his feet.
Well, we have been at it all day. The sun has gone down. We lost the blood. Well, we finally found a little bit more. and we're around this food plot, and we see where he actually crossed his CRP field. So we're gonna continue on with it. Hopefully it won't take so long to find this thing. I never dreamt it would be this tough of a track job. The shot looked good to me. The only thing was possibly maybe he was quartered to just enough that it was probably a liver hit. So he's obviously hurt. He's laid down 8 times, and he's had a lot of beds and there's a lot of blood. So we're just gonna keep pushing it, and hopefully we'll find him at the end of the trail. I see white belly. There he is. What an awesome buck. The site that I was looking for, my awesome 150-inch whitetail, absolute giant, 5 or 6 year old. I haven't shot a buck like this with my bow in 5 or 6 years. Boy, to finally get my hands on this beautiful buck after a long, long, hard day of tracking. Rick Malik and Greg Day come out to hunt with us. Rick shot a beautiful buck the first day they were here, and I shot this awesome whitetail the last day they were here. It's been a tough hunt, weather's been warm, but you know, we stuck with it. We decided the last day we were gonna dive down into one of my favorite sets where I see most of my big bucks. Got in the tree, 15 minutes later, this big bruiser come cruising through, and I was able to make a killing shot on him. Just an awesome, awesome whitetail.
Not exactly what I'm looking for on Friday the 13th as a black cat. We have enough poor luck, flooded hunting lease, stolen stands, etc., etc. We don't need any black cat. But I did remember my plan.
I'm sure it's bad luck, or maybe we just suck.
No, I'd say we suck. How can not one deer be on the field?
I hate to tell you this, my friend, but the corn's still in.
I mean, is there even a chance if the corn's still in?
In my opinion, with all the trail cam photos, we've got 8 or 9 bucks that are probably legitimate shooters.
Let me remind you something. We've hunted that set 3 times. Twice we've got skunked, and once we saw a flock of sheep.
You picked the spot this morning. We got our butts kicked. I'm choosing tonight. I say your best chance is to hunt here, even though that corn's in. You're hunting here, my friend.
All right.
Get your stuff on.
We got a south wind because it's hot, it's like 68 degrees, and we kick some does up on the way in, so we could cover ourselves just a little bit. You want me to put some on you? A little aftershave. Well, it seems like we've been in this predicament before. Mid-November, we always got a great plan going into season. We'll get 1 killed in October, 1 during the rut of November. Well, today's the 14th, and still no deer on the ground in Illinois at least. November 14th, 70 degrees. Does not go over too well. I kill a deer tonight, we might just have to quit on a good note, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Give me that bleed. Give me that bleed. Here, right this way. It's gonna be 50 yards. It's about 50 when he comes out.
Oh, Kyle, I think you just made a dandy shot. I think you just made a dandy shot, young man.
51 yards, buddy. 51 yards. That's a freaking poke, bro. Oh. He's down. He just fell. God dang right. 51 yards, and I just smoked him, baby.
Dude, hey, that's...
I was cussing this stand, I tell you what, boys and girls. I was not a happy camper. It has been 3 years since I have had a deer within 30 yards with my bow when I'm gunning.
Dude, that was a poke.
Oh, 51 yards. I shot this afternoon and I was shooting freaking lasers and I'm like, why not? I think I rage in the caged him. Oh, we deserve that one, brother. He's checking those does. You know what else he might have been doing is smelling that stuff. You see him when he came up?
Some shield spray. Yeah, he covered us up. He was down there. Straight to him. Man,
right there.
Straight to him.
Right there.
Right to him.
It is coated red. Listen to that. We found the arrow, and as you can tell, I mean, hit him good and blood's good, and for obvious reasons. I mean, we've waited an hour. Usually I'll back out, I'll go home, watch the footage, etc. But I mean, these dogs, these coyotes are just yipping right down here.
Dead deer. What? Dead deer. Right there. That a boy. That's a boy.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh,
Come
yes,
to
sir.
Papa.
Look
Dead,
at that shot.
mature buck. I am pumped.
Look at the nose on this creature.
That feels good. That feels good to finally knock one of these creatures down.
That a boy.
Be some legal beagles.
Well, mid-November is here, and that's just a magical time here in Central Illinois. You know, we were both kind of down. I mean, early November, sometimes we have some luck. This November, it was just warm. All October was wet, and we were still buckless. November 14th, we climbed in one of our old sets. This was the same set we had just hunted about 10 days ago, and the only thing we saw was a bunch of sheep. Believe you me, I was not real excited to get back in this stand. When sheep go through the timber and that's your only excitement, yeah, I wasn't digging sitting there, but Clayster's like, you know, relax, there's a lot of does in here, and the Reconyx camera had just been clicking right and left with all kinds of good bucks. This old boy came by about 4:15, 51 yards, and I center punched him with the rage. He ran about 60 yards, and Team Illinois has got their first Illinois bow buck on the ground for 2009.
Well, we're settled in. We've been in here probably half an hour. Extremely overcast day. We kind of expected though it's supposed to rain starting at about 9 o'clock. We're at least that, you know, small is a small piece of timber that you just hope that you're in the right place at the right time. Did our scouting over the summer. There's a lot of good hardwoods, a lot of acorns and stuff. All the crops are up. They finally cut the corn and the bottoms. Beans are cut, beans are cut. We're sitting right smack dab in the middle. We got a good solid wind for this set, and we're just hoping that we catch a cruising buck. We need it. My partner smoked a giant last night. 300-pound deer, 4.5-year-old at least. Hopefully the heat stays on, because when you start getting hot and you start feeling it, good things happen. That's what we're hoping for. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. One of my teacher friend made those. It's American Needs Farmers, and that they do. He made those stickers. I said, I need one for my bow. Gotta represent the farmers. I'm gonna use the tree here. Go down right there. Go down, you bruiser. Go down right there, you bruiser. Boom, baby, boom. When you are hot, you are hot.
What about that, buddy?
My buddy last night, he got us going, man. We were behind the 8 ball, as they say. We are grinders. We know we're grinders, and when we have opportunities, we have got to capitalize. I missed one earlier this year, and I've been down, and I said, Kyle, you have got the bow until we make something happen. Last night, he smoked one at 51 yards.
This morning, rain's coming in. We just rattled and grunted and got this buddy on his feet. I mean, that was... Talk to me, Goose.
2 and 2 days ago.
Talk to me, man.
That is what we do. That's why you love mid-November.
Hey.
It's a good deer.
It's
good deer.
That's smoke. I smoked him.
I think you did.
I think so too. Rattle, grunt, buckshot. I texted Court, my wife, Court, that I shot one. I haven't looked for it yet, but that we shot one. And she's like, yay, the curse is broken for Team Illinois. This has been a lucky weekend. Mark the calendar for next year. Oh, by the way, I'm making cinnamon rolls. That's my wife. That's right, baby. Get in the kitchen. I hunt here.
Know your role.
Know your role. That's terrible. No, she takes good care of me. Both our wives are very understanding. Both of them could give a crap about anything we shoot. Dead deer. Oh man, I tell you what, great blood trail. Let's see what we got here, boy. What have we done, big boy? That is what I'm talking about right there.
Well, sometimes all you need is about a 51-yard laser and a buck on the ground to get things going, because the party officially started. We got up the next morning, we were right back at it, and we didn't see a whole lot of deer, but this boy sauntered by at about 25 yards after some rattling and grunting. 25 yards, I put it on it. November 8th, I missed a deer. I flew one right over his back. I said, Kyle, you know what? You're up. You're up until you either kill a deer or we're into gun season. And sure enough, a few days later, he was able to put that one down, and we got the ball rolling. I get up to bat, and boom, this is the result. November 15th, you know, mid-November's always been good to us. The 14th and 15th were big days for us. So I guess that is the ultimate definition of redemption right there.
Time to sight the guns in, baby. Yeah.
Well, we got Matt Drury back in camp. And one of the things that we really look forward to is Missouri's firearm season.
Well, here we are. We're getting ready to do a little bit of sighting in, so to speak. But it's really more to get the feel of the trigger and the recoil. You know, after shooting archery tackle all season, you get to the point where you kind of forget how to shoot a gun. So the first time you get a firearms in hand, you need to get the feel of the trigger, the feel of the recoil, and be able to hold on and squeeze. And sometimes that's rather difficult.
Well, there isn't anything more exciting than the anticipation level for opening day of Missouri's firearm season, the 14th of November.
Here it is, opening day of Missouri rifle season. Well, as you can see, we have an accoutrement of breakfast material here. I focus in on the powder donuts myself. We eat pretty healthy around here, you know.
Here we go, opening day, Missouri's firearm. We are rock and roll, ready to go.
Well, as luck would have it, you know, to have anticipation levels as high as they were and blood pressures off the chart, it turned out to be a washout. Matt didn't see much for movement, and nor did I. 14th came and went, and we said, why not, let's just sleep in. The 15th's upon us. Here we were, acting a little bit slap happy already.
Second day of rifle season. We missed our morning hunt. And I heard there was some good movement, but I don't know that for a fact because I was sleeping.
Don't stop believing.
And may your bullet be straight.
Yeah,
He might actually hit me today. We're all a little loopy.
Well, we made it. We pushed off about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 deer, 1 buck. I got a really good feeling they'll be back. It's early. We got rain falling. The reason we chose the blind, because we can't afford to get our camera equipment wet and unwinded. But I'll be shocked if we don't see a shooter this evening. We should see one. Perfect conditions. Second day of Missouri's firearm season. And the field is already filling up again, but it's weather induced. We've got colder temperatures moving in, huge front moving in, so we assume that they move early today. because gun season's coming in, so I wanted to kind of get a feel of the gun.
I was hoping he wasn't going to be gone long. You know, they may be out there for a while, exit the field, and then show back up. Well, then another deer pops up. We've got the 3.5-year-old 6x6. Here's a deer that has a tremendous amount of potential, but he's one that I'm going to have to pass.
Quite a few pictures of him. I know the deer. We nicknamed him behind the barn because that's where I was getting photos, and then I got several of him back here. Really, really nice deer. And 2 good bucks right here, so. As much as I hate to, we're gonna get down because of the rain. I don't want to lose that blood trail. I want to find him. So we're gonna go see if we can find him.
We had a fantastic evening, kind of full of a little drama. A little ingenuity went into it too. We used our heads, so to speak, with the window. Just can't say enough about this particular animal. Can't say enough about the gun. I used a TC 12-gauge slug gun with the Nikon Slug Hunter scope, and I mean it put a wallop on him. So we got pretty lucky, and it was just a fun-filled evening. I can't think of a better way to celebrate a Missouri's firearm season than behind a big old dog like this. So deer I knew. I had several Reconyx pictures, a couple, maybe 2 or 3 dozen pictures of him. I knew him very well, and he was one we were after, a big 5.5-year-old deer. Looked like he's run down a little bit. It looked to me like he's lost maybe 20, 25 pounds of body weight compared to the way he was earlier in the season. He's been after these does, dogging does, chasing does, so that's not uncommon. And I think that's a mistake a lot of times hunters make, including ourselves. Later in the season, you look at the animal and you say, is he 3, is he 4, is he 5, is he 6? Well, all of a sudden they got that sleek racehorse look because they've lost all that body fat they've been building up all summer long on beans and corn and biologic food plots. So it was kind of a neat hunt. There was another good buck with him. I chose to pass that particular deer because I think next year he's going to be a Jim Dandy. And you know, it just so happened it was this guy's day, and we had a great evening.
One of the coolest things about what we do is who we get to meet. I found out through a friend of mine, Daryl Dagg, that a gentleman who needs no introduction was actually a fan of Drury Outdoors. And through Daryl Dagg, I got to meet the lead singer of Rascal Flatts, Gary Levox. Quickly, I gave him an invite to Missouri and hunt during the Missouri rifle season. You know, a lot of guests show up, they'll fly in, grab a rental car and come up. Not Gary, he brought his tour bus.
Nothing like waking up with a tour bus in your driveway.
Good morning,
Come
sir.
in, come in.
How we doing?
How is it, buddy?
Good.
What's happening?
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
So after a very, very long bus ride, getting no sleep at all, because I couldn't sleep, I was so pumped to get out of the bus, in a tree stand, opening day of Missouri rifle season. I could not wait.
Mark's little honey all over here. He doesn't know I'm here, but it's gonna be awesome. Especially if I kill something he doesn't know. It's gonna be sweet. 7. Just had our first few deer come into the field. It's a really good start to opening day of gun season in Missouri. Stick around, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, he's 3. He's pretty. He's got great teeth, 3. And 4, that's right. Yeah. That's a beautiful 3-year-old right there. Beautiful 9-point. He'll be even better next year. We have to let him go. Unfortunately. First day, opening day of gun season in Missouri. A deer like that, too good a potential, you gotta let him go. That's good luck right there. That's right. Good luck charms right there. Good luck charms. Never leave home without them.
He's that big. That big.
Where at?
On Mark's wall that he's already killed.
No, he's going, why did I come up here? That means why? Why am I here? Gary may have missed his calling. He's obviously one of the best singers in country music, but he is funny. I mean, this guy could be a comedian. One of the best guests I've ever had in. Laugh every second. I mean, he just kept the camp rolling and laughing the entire time. What a fun weekend with Gary up there in North Missouri.
Mark, thanks for having me, man. Dinner was great. Really, it was wonderful. It was good. I don't know if you do this for all your guests, but this is really different.
We got to go inside his tour bus, visit with Gary, sit down, listen to one of his new songs. Fun stuff. What a treat. Not what you expect during a Missouri deer hunt. A little bit different.
You know, as cold as the weather was, we knew that at some point the deer were going to snap. They had to. It was, I mean, the wind was brutal. The whipping just hitting us in the face. We were hunting mornings hard, evenings hard, and it was just a matter of time before we could close the deal. We felt comfortable about it.
2-year-old lady. Proud, isn't he? Yeah. Work it, big boy. Work it. Said if they would just bark, it would make it a lot easier. Yeah. The rut is on. Nice little 2-year-old 7-point. Windy, about 36 degrees. This cold front just came through. It's gonna be raining here shortly. But that's why you come to Missouri, right there. We're on another set this morning, and the trees came over here to get out of the wind. I thought this drainage would be great, mid-morning kind of thing, with bucks looking for does, trying to catch them in between does. There we go, ready? Oh, that's a good bull. That's a shooter right there. That's a shooter right there. Somewhere. Unfortunately, it wasn't in this field. I couldn't have shot anyway through that on the other side of all that thick stuff, all that timber. It's good. It's the first mature deer that we've seen though, so. It's 10:47 in the morning. Yeah, we didn't leave at 9:30. Hopefully we'll get another shot of him this evening. Be good.
So we get back to camp. Joe goes and scouts another place, comes back in, lets us know that he put a little deer to bed that morning, and we were fired up. We could not wait to get out there. You know, as hard as I work on the road, I can't wait to get to camp just to relax and not be messed with.
We're gonna play a little trick on Mr. Rascal.
Taylor, look at that. You see that buck? He's following that gun. That's a shooter. Get the gun. Seriously, that's a shooter. Big shooter in that clover field. Big shooter.
But oh no, Brother Mark Drury had to come up there and big buck, big buck, big buck. So my heart is about to bust out of my chest, through my neck, my heart's racing. So that's a dirty trick to play on a brother trying to catch some Z's, you know? I mean, for real.
Now the stage is set. Joe's going with Gary, I'm taking Taylor. Our fingers are collectively crossed.
So we climb up in the stand, the weather is brutal. There's a buck out there with a doe, will not leave her. There's deer everywhere, bucks are running everywhere. This is the day that we've been looking for the entire week. And I know that this buck that Joe put to bed that morning has got to be the next deer.
Where's that 10 point? Scored, Missouri. Beautiful 10. Beautiful 10 point. It's awesome. We have worked so hard for that deer. We went 2 different sets today. This morning, pouring down rain. Wind is crazy. Joe came in here this morning, saw that deer bed down. We've scored in Missouri. Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Got him down. Missouri buck down. Thank goodness. Put her down, bud. Congratulations.
You know, I've been fortunate enough to be able to hunt all over the country. That was my very first ever rifle kill in Missouri, ever. So Mark, thank you so very much, man, for putting me on the board in Missouri and letting me take one of your deer out there. And man, I had an incredible week. And you know what I love so much too is that Taylor will tell you where you're allowed to hunt, where you're not allowed to hunt. Because that was the first thing that she told me was like, there's the deer over here that you can't kill. So, Daddy, take him over here to this other place. So, but we scored and man, had a time of my life. Appreciate you guys.
What a treat having Gary Levox in. As a country music fan, I'm so thankful he accepted our offer to come in and hunt. He's back on the road, back in his tour bus. Taylor's back to school. Kind of lonely. What do? Let's go deer hunting. I got a rifle tag.
How about that for a great start? Beautiful 3.5-year-old. Probably a 120-inch buck, big bodied deer. It's 3 o'clock. He's out there. He's not even checking does. It's so brutally cold. It's like 36, raining. It's been raining for 2 days. 3 times I sat here during the bow season. My buddy Jerry Hale was up, and I sat up here. Jerry sat below the blind because it was bow season. And we had a giant come out at the back of this field. I mean, a big
mid-50s, low 60s type of deer. And I was like, awesome, you know, because this is where we did all of that clearing. This was all one big cedar glade. We came in, cleared it, planted the food, and boom. It was really pleasing to see a big buck show up on that. And now we're sitting here hunting it, and it was just the nastiest place before that. Up, huge buck, huge buck.
There. Ready? Yeah. Don't jump. Stay on him. He's gonna go down right there, buddy. We just did it. Whew, it is the best Missouri buck I've ever killed. Big 5 or 6 year old. He is an absolute giant buck. Let's get back up. Deer just got back up. As soon as he clears. Done that time, brother. Wow, I had to shoot him again. He got up, walked away. I'm sitting there doing the hero. I look up, the deer gets up and walks. I had to shoot him again. Wow, he's down now, buddy. That's too long. Dear Taylor, why couldn't you have been here tonight? We have hunted so hard with Taylor. She had to go back to school. Here we go. Monster walks in. What a giant 6x6. And it came in right here, nearly straight downwind. Rainy day. Finally lost his doe and got him. Look at that. What a monster. Boy, does it feel good to sit down behind, without question, the biggest deer I've ever killed in Missouri. Here we are, Missouri gun season. Just having a blast up here in North Missouri. And we laughed until we cried. I can't tell you how many times we had so much fun just sharing times in the deer woods. I mean, and that's what hunting's all about. And who steps out on November the 17th, but the gigantic Route 66 was his nickname, I called him. He just popped up this year. I didn't know who he was, don't have a history with him from last year, but I was sure glad he liked this place. And here we go, sitting here behind a definite gross boon. I don't know if he'll net it, but he is a giant. He's the kind of buck a Missouri dream is made of. Unbelievable, biggest buck of my life in Missouri. Unbelievable.
DJ was able to get a little bit more time off. He's back for firearm season. Now's the time we have to get it done. He's got the fire stick in hand. Deer are still moving. We'll see which buck pops up.
Here we are on the box blind. It's been raining all morning long. It's still pouring down rain, and we had just climbed up.
We're gonna sit tight this morning and see what comes by.
Well, we weren't there for more than 10 minutes probably. And we look over, and all of a sudden, there he is.
There's a buck standing right over there. He's right over. Oh, he's big.
The short G1 buck.
He's looking right at us. No move.
Well, now it's panic time because we're not ready. This deer already kind of knows something's up because the wind's going right to him. Somehow we have to open the windows, get him on film, and get the kill. Well, after the shot, he ran off, but we knew he didn't go too far.
Since we're not finding any blood, we're gonna walk down the road and just see if he's laying somewhere. How quick did that happen? Oh, 10 minutes. I mean, we just got settled in, barely got light. Hey, Aaron, is that him?
Yeah, that's him, dude.
Awesome.
How about that, man?
He's got a giant body, man. He's a big, heavy buck. Big 10 point. I couldn't be happier. Wish Terry was still here.
Terry left. He let us two monkeys run around his farm. We go kill a short D1 buck.
The first 15 minutes of my 5-day hunt.
Well, big congratulations go out to DJ Shilley. I was so elated when I found out that he harvested the Shark G1 buck. There was a deer that I was telling him about. He's another big body deer, nice rack, mature deer. All I can extend is a big thank you to him for participating in the auction and the benefit. Can't wait to have him back in camp.
It's a big old heavy buck and I am pumped.
Like McDonald's, we're loving it. It's been an awesome year so far. We're on a high, and now we had one bow tag left. You know, I just really wanted to get this bow tag filled on a good deer, a good management buck, whatever it took.
This is crazy. Gotta love Iowa. Got to love Iowa.
Here it was, almost Thanksgiving, and we knew the deer wouldn't be moving too good, so we decided to go where we could see a long ways and hopefully call one of these bucks in. We decided to go to a stand we hung back in the summer, and we fittingly named this stand Summertime.
Deer came up, we didn't have our face mask on or nothing. Well, it's November the 23rd, late in the year. It's warm, very warm, so we figured we'd come to this big open CRP, cedar thickets, and hopefully be able to see one and call him.
don't matter. I can't see him. He ain't going far because he's got the rage flu. Oh. That was like calling in a turkey from 300 yards. He was tall and pretty. November 23rd, baby. I told Bobby I changed my binoculars to the other side. That's what did it. And he said, no. He was wearing his lucky underwear. He told me 2 days ago he was wearing those lucky underwear. Well, whatever works. I didn't even have time to eat my snack. That was a big old deer. We've been having a tough time seeing mature deer all November. We done seen 3 this morning, 50 degrees. It's just another Monday morning in the office. And we're gonna go get our buck. We think we got a liver and one lung, and we came in here, gave him about 3 or 4 hours and actually jumped him. So we gave him another couple hours. He should be dead now. This is about as hard as I've worked for any buck in my life. I've killed them bigger, but none more happy to see laying here in this cedar thicket. Well, here's our Iowa 8-pointer. Big 8 with split brow. Hit right there with a rage. And he can't take a rage in the cage. I'm looking forward to eating some turkey this weekend because it is going to be well deserved.
I'm getting tired of coming back down here this year. This is our second trip to Kansas. It's November 25th. I'm back down again to try to get after that big boy. My buddy John checked the cameras this past week, and he's coming to a couple of food plots in daylight, so I know that he's checking around, sniffing around a little bit, so maybe we can get in there and take advantage of that.
It's the last week of November. I figured this would be the perfect time to come down here and try to get some of them bucks out of the loose. Checking for some new does.
You know, I no more hit the horns and turned to set him down, looked up, and here come this big buck that I'd been waiting on forever and ever.
I just might have killed possibly the biggest buck of my life. Oh my God. That's the biggest deer I ever killed in my life. That could be my net booner. I think he's a net booner. I got a lot of pictures of him, and I think he's a net booner. And I'm the proudest hunter ever. The money and the time this cost to do. I made 2 trips down here to try to get that buck.
The shot's a little far back, I know. It made me a little nervous. I'm gonna let this deer sit all day, and we'll come back in the afternoon and see if we can't recover this deer.
Got him, baby. That is a monster. Oh my God.
Well, I tell you, it's been a wild ride. I come down here specifically to hunt this buck. I passed on a lot of big deer, as you can tell. And, you know, as a bow hunter, you work so hard. And I've hunted long enough to where I'd hope that I get to the stage where I can start shooting pretty good deer like this. And let me tell you, it's not easy. And I don't expect to shoot one like this every year because I know it's not going to happen. But, you know, it comes so hard. You put so much time, money, effort, time away from family. But at the end result, it's well worth it. And this time it was. And I am one happy hunter.
Well, this is our second trip to Kansas, day number 3 for me. Bodie and I were here for 10 days, about a week and a half ago. Didn't go so well, so now we're back. He got the job done Tuesday, which would be 2 days ago today. We got a cold front eye on Sunday here, so we're gonna try and tread through here, see what we can see tonight. Sitting up on top of up on a knob between some bedding and some feeding, so hopefully we'll catch a big boy strolling through.
As more does filtered into view, in the distance I could hear what I thought was grunting. And as time passed, the grunting got closer and closer and louder, and I knew something was heading my way.
That was a nice buck. That's perfect. I'm shaking. We couldn't get him out last night. It was pretty muddy. So we waited till this morning. Right here's my buck.
That's a good deer. Well, here he is. This is my Kansas buck. It's been a long hunt this year. Bodie and I have been here for 13 days, 2 different trips. Eric had good luck early this week, so it was my turn. This buck came in last night, provided me a perfect quarter and away shot, and I made a perfect shot. He only ran about 100 yards and tipped over in some sumac here. He's a good, probably 4-year-old buck. Had a little damage up here in his main beam, but I couldn't be happier with this buck. Great Kansas trip.
Well, one of the highlights of my entire fall deer season is going over to Illinois and hunting with good friend Jim Thome.
Boom, boom.
How many times are we doing?
Well, we've also got somewhat of a novice deer hunter in camp in the fact that Jim has his trainer, Corey, with him. Jim's one of those guys that doesn't take very long to figure out whether he's going to swing or whether he's going to take it. When it comes to hunting, he's got a little bit more time.
Corey is going to pick which blind we're going to hunt tonight.
Old Abe. I just hope you see something.
Should we go to Old Abe?
Your wheels are smoking right now. I need to oil that because I can hear it from here.
Would you go Old Abe or Frederick Bottom?
I'd go Old Abe before I would go Frederick Bottom.
Why? Give me your choice. Why?
There too, the bedding right there. They are right there. If you get in there early, like now, you'll be fine. By the time they get ready to get up and move, you'll be fine. Did it trip you out when he drew Old Abe?
Yes. That threw me by a loop.
Jim's one of those guys that's got so much information going through his head that he processes every bit of it. Well, he didn't just take my information. That wasn't good enough. He had to call Brother Mark.
We got a little dilemma. We're gonna see if the big man himself can give us some little guidance, so we're gonna give him a call.
I would say either where Randy killed or above Old Abe. Probably where Randy killed on that green would be good stuff, and it warmed up, man.
So you think the green, huh?
Yeah, I saw a lot of deer on green last night, Jim.
You've just made the choice.
I'm just hoping that Mark's wrong and I'm right.
That farthest doe is 160.
Here he comes, big buck, big buck, big buck. That's a giant, Jim. He's gonna split G2. He's a dandy, brother. But we gotta kill him. I think he could be 5. He's 5, I think he is. If he comes in, I'll shoot him. But I ain't gonna shoot a deer at 180. I mean, I don't want to wound a big animal like that at that distance. That deer ain't going nowhere.
Here we are, first day of muzzleloader season. We're actually gonna go to the middle of my farm, see if we see any midday movement here. We're gonna sit till about 1 o'clock. Hopefully with the sun coming out, it still is bitterly cold, so you never know, you might get a big deer skirt the beans. Hopefully we'll have a little fun here this morning. We'll get back to you. Honestly, that's a buck we call a Hall of Famer. That's exactly him. He's a 3.
Why do you call him a Hall of Famer?
Because
he's so big.
He was at like a 2-year-old. He had like just a little under that rack. The fun part of this is chasing those big animals and trying to figure them out. We'll keep plugging away, and if not, we'll keep plugging away next year. So that's part of it. Well, I wore my mom's shirt this morning, so maybe, you know what? Who knows? Maybe tonight she'll bring some good luck as well. Love you, Mom. Well, here we are, second evening of the muzzleloader hunt. I'm loading up actually because several times we've actually gone in and jumped deer off the field. So we just want to cover our in here and cover every step we can, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be a good hunt.
Snow right here. See the snow? He's right above the snow. We gotta be careful. Yeah. He's a giant.
He fell down. He's moving in circles. Wait, he's going up now.
Is he hit?
I think he's hit because he was kind of wobbling a little bit.
Could you see blood? Let's review the footage.
And with these muzzle loaders, you get a lot of smoke, and we couldn't really tell where the hit was. I think I made a very good shot. He's 80 yards right there. I don't know. This is the sickest feeling you can have, but we're gonna go look for him. We're at least gonna go to the creek and see if we find any blood, and then go from there.
Dude, he's a monster. Unbelievable. We finally accomplished it.
I obviously have to thank Corey and Tim. Both those guys have really, helped me, I think, accomplish what every deer hunter wants to accomplish, and that's, to shoot an animal like this. Thank my brother Chuck, Randy, both those guys. Chuck works for me and setting my farm up, food plots, and, the blinds, as well as Randy. You look at this deer, this is, I think, what you dream of. You dream of shooting a buck like this. I wore my mother's shirt today. Maybe she looked down on us and basically granted us with this huge, majestic whitetail. This is what it's all about. This will be a fun night. We got a lot of work to do. Hopefully we'll get this thing out of here quick, and we'll go have some fun.
Stuff there. Had no idea that big guy was gonna walk under me. I'm getting ready for a gun season that's forthcoming, but I wanted to sit some of the better spots when the wind's right. The wind is absolutely perfect tonight for this blind. Kind of scout for Coon Dog too. He's coming in late season. I'm pretty excited to have him up. Last time he and I sat together, he about had a heart attack.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Maybe this year we'll kill him.
Well, it's December 21st, heading up to Iowa, baby. Filling up with gas, gonna get me a coffee, we're gonna get out of here. Yes, sirree, Bob. Got me my coffee in hand. Oh, last time I hunted Iowa was back in 05. Getting a tag in Iowa was like winning the lottery for a hunter, so I got it. So we're gonna see what happens. Won this hunt through Drury, and we had a choice of either Mark or Terry's farm, and I elected to take Mark's farm. Onward, man, off to Iowa, baby, look out. I ain't going too fast, but I'm breaking the old speed limit just a skosh. Dogs up to bat tonight with the old Thompson Center. Look out, baby, let that Omega roar. Well, we're in Iowa. Following Mark if he can keep his vehicle on the roadway. Guarantee he's either texting or talking on the phone. Be like a police video. I'll follow him and see how many times he crosses that white line. Here we go.
I'm tickled to death to be here, man. Let me tell you what, this farm is set up perfect. We're hunting over some standing beans. We got snow on the ground. We got a cold temperature. Perfect for those giant whitetails here in Iowa. It's just 2:30, so we're in here early enough, so pretty pumped about tonight, so hopefully it's an enjoyable evening. Boy, you're so pretty on that snow, like a postcard. Got a possible shooter on the other side of the creek.
You can know what hitting.
Yeah, once I settle in, I'm settled down a little go. Wait for the perfect shot. That's right. Look for extra 3, no mistakes. No mistakes.
Tell me when.
Alright, you ready?
Get his head up. Kill him. Missed him.
Did I really miss him?
It appears so. I felt him go all the way up the hill, dog.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Why me? It's always me. I got sitting there and started shaking real bad. I knew I was shaking pretty good. God dang it.
Hang in there, buddy. We'll get another one. So we'll get one.
Yeah, but keep it Nelly.
We just went and looked for blood, and the result was?
No blood. Which is good. I'd rather miss than win.
I once told Coon Dog about 10 years ago. Yeah, 12 years ago. 15, probably the first time I ever hunted with him. If I ever rob a bank, it's gonna be in Peebly, Missouri.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is stand still on the getaway. No chance of getting hit. We got this new show called Natural Born Killers. He used to be on the cast.
Well, here we are. This is the second weekend of Missouri's first ever late muzzleloader season, and can't tell you how pumped up I am. We're headed out to this. We got a box blind we're going to sit tonight. We got standing beans, about 5 or 6 inches of snow. We got a good northwest wind, so it's good and cold, about 21 degrees. Moon's up, so hopefully deer will move good tonight.
With any luck, we got several nice bucks on our farm. Maybe we can get one out here tonight, daylight, get a crack. Get the OTC loaded up. Limping awful bad. Hopefully they'll start pouring out here in a little bit, hopefully. Well, figures right at last light. First couple bucks of the evening just came out. Well, looks like definitely one's a 2-year-old, one may be a 2-year-old, and maybe you're mad. Seen another little button buck earlier in a doe or fawn, so pretty slow for the conditions being perfect, but what do you do? Pretty nice buck. First one. Big shooter, big shooter. Yes, sir. Yes. Where at? That's that split G2 buck. Easy. You want him? No. Let him come out. He's the front one, isn't he? Split G2. Squeeze it good, buck. You want him, man? Kill him. You want him? Yes. Make it count. Got it, baby. Is he down? He's down, baby. Yes. Soybeans and snow, baby. You can't beat it. Give me some. Late season Missouri. Yes. I tell you what, this is amazing. We're sitting here, haven't seen a deer hardly, just a couple. But what comes out? But 4 really nice bucks and 2 other bucks, and I just smoked a dandy. Give me somebody. He's down right there. Yeah, he folded right there, buddy. I drilled him. Oh, gosh. They poured in here, didn't they? I told Dad, I said, you know, if we don't see any deer tonight, I'm just about ready to give up because I took Kimberly here last weekend and we had a little skip of snow and it was about 25 degrees and did not see a deer. And then, my gosh, I wish she was here tonight because we just had 4 beautiful bucks come out and I just crushed a dandy. Little slice of Iowa and Missouri, baby.
Yes, this is our family farm in North Missouri, and this is one of the best bucks we've taken off it. Let's go look at it. Yes. Why couldn't they have came out last weekend when I took him? Here, lays right here. Oh yeah. How about that one? Late season North Missouri. Look at that one. That's awesome. Boy, he's skinny. He has lost some weight. He has lost a lot of weight. Look at the beam length. He's got some big old beams, dude. Pop, that was awesome. What a buck. Big old 8 with a split G2. He's legal. What a fun hunt. When the conditions are right for late season, there's nothing better. It's so cool, you got a family farm here. We work hard all year for this and finally get it almost when the season's over. Wouldn't have it any other way though. I'm going in the house and grab Mom. We just added on, so stuff's not all done. Got one, baby.
What'd you get?
Big one, big 8.
You lie?
Big 8 with split G2. I'm not lying. Every time, you never believe me.
Because I never know how to believe you. That isn't even on.
Mom, I killed stuff. Swear to God. Had some back straps for dinner. We're gonna go eat my big buck, so jump in the truck. We can,
And don't be filming my butt when I get in.
I got a nice shot of your butt. Huh? How about that one?
Good deal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great buck.
He is worn down. I know this is a 4-year-old deer because we got pictures of him from last year. This just show you how rough the rut is on him. Look at the body size, how much his body is worn down. That's a dandy. Well, what a great night we had last night. Today's December the 28th. It's the morning after I shot my buck, and I can't tell you how happy I am. This is actually my biggest buck ever. We scored him last night. He's 152 and 5/8, and just a beautiful, beautiful 8-point buck with got a split G2 right there. He's a 4-year-old buck. We got pictures of him from last year and this year. His body is a lot smaller because he's worn down so much from the rut. He stepped out into the beans. He's about 75 yards, and the old Endeavor put it right on him. It was just a great hunt. It was fun being there with Dad, and I can't tell you how happy I am. Just a beautiful, beautiful North Missouri buck. Just an awesome day, and pop a few more pictures and celebrate this. It's been a great hunt. What a great day in Northern Missouri it is today.
Well, that's a sign I've been waiting to see. And as you can tell, there's just as much snow and cold weather here as there is in Missouri. And I'm gonna have to honestly say this is gonna be the coldest weather I've ever sat in and hunted deer. Get them up! Woohoo! We'll make up for last week, huh? Oh, yeah, heck yeah. Last week, make up for last week.
This blind was built for this type of weather. Now, it's gonna be difficult getting there. We might have to take a tractor to get in there. But, boy, is this a good spot. I mean, it's just kind of the center of this farm. And this much snow and this cold, I mean, I can't imagine we won't see a ton of deer. Now, that's if they move. Sometimes this time of year, you don't know, for whatever reason, they'll move one night, not the next. So if they move, we'll see them, and if they don't, we won't, you know.
That's usually how it happens. If they don't move, you don't see them. Ready? Come on, taxi man. Come on in, pick me up.
Yeah.
Up, move out.
There's no way to get here with anything other than a tractor, as deep as the snow is, and it's not really the snow, it's the drift. So hopefully we'll get there in time. We've had trouble getting the tractor over here. Commentary on that walking.
Yeah, is that a sexy? I thought we had that American Idol pageant watching them walk down through there twisted it, boy.
Dog, are you nervous?
Yes, sir.
No one has ever hunted here except for me. You were taking amazing voices. Really, it's only been... Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. I brought Thome here last year one night, and we passed to 150. I will also tell you this. I've never sat here without seeing a mature deer. I've sat here 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and all 4 times I've seen a mature deer here.
Well, you can hold a deer to this blind.
This is nice, isn't it?
This is a nice blind here.
Are you ready, Chris?
I'm ready.
We're gonna get all kinds of cameras on this deer. Dog, you nervous?
No, not too bad. Not that steps out.
You should.
Same dog.
Stop him. Stop him.
Meh. Meh.
Nope, 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 nope. I gotta go there.
Meh.
Wait, buddy.
Meh.
I'm on him.
I ain't got a good shot. He's still right there, though.
You got kidding me, dude.
Finally. What a roller coaster ride that was. God, but he was right there. And you said you had to declare? Oh man, I about freaked right there. Oh man, that is a big Iowa deer, man. Thanks, guys. We worked hard for that. We got a tractor. We had to get tractors in here. Chris came up. He drove the tractor over here at about 1 mile an hour. We packed everything in the bucket. I mean, what a trip. I mean, the snow's just killed us. Oh, man. Wow. He's dead, ain't he? Right there, ain't he? He's dead right there, ain't he? Yeah, he's dead. Oh. Man, what did you guys give me a heart attack right there?
He's big, buddy. That's that 9-point up that came in the last time I said it. That's him. I said he's 150s. He's all over 150. He's all over 150. 153, 156.
Yes. Well, here comes the moment of truth. We're gonna go check on him. Tell you what, I'm nervous and excited. I mean, I know I put a good hit on him. I just hope he's down. Man, I'm just, man, it's cold out here. When we're gonna go check on him, we're gonna sneak up there.
On
Let's go to him, buddy. Oh, he's big. Oh, Mark. Thanks, man. Thank you, buddy. Oh, my God. It's 2010, January 3rd. I was up here before Christmas break, and unfortunately for me, it's dog. I missed one. But I tell you what, I made up for it today. Mark says, don't worry, dog. We'll get you a bigger and a better one, and he wasn't kidding. This is a mature whitetail. I could not be happier. I was tucked away in my little corner in the blind, and Chris and them's looking out the window, and they're talking about a deer, and I'm going, okay, yeah, whatever. You know, I kind of didn't believe him. And then all of a sudden, Chris turned around, he goes, no, really, it's a big deer. And then when I seen him walk up, actually what I did is I was looking through Chris's viewfinder, and I seen him walk in. Guys, all the teammates of Drury Outdoors, this is it, man. This is what does it. Whew. Totally pumped. Want to thank Mark, want to thank Chris. Tracy last night cooked a great supper. I mean, Taylor shot a deer yesterday. I mean, you know, 2010, Drury Outdoors, you know, as teammates, we kicked it off right for 2010, baby. Taylor has one down, now the dog has one down. I couldn't be more happy or more excited. Thanks, guys. Am I back on the team?
You are on the A team, natural born.
Oof.
videos are different.